Gundam the Battle Master is a traditional 1v1 fighting game released back in 1997 for the PlayStation 1. While it features a range of mobile suits that any Gundam fan will recognise, the characters piloting them certainly won't ring any bells. You see, this game has its own unique storyline and universe. In here, mobile suits are piloted by bounty hunters who use it to protect whatever planet they're on. It actually sounds like a neat idea for an anime show, and I was pleasantly surprised they chose to do this, rather than using the standard Gundam characters. I can of course understand someone feeling the other way, as many people would rather play with their classic Gundam pilots. Now while this game is a fighter, it somewhat deviates from the norm. Instead of having a normal life bar, you have a temperature bar and 4 levels of armor. Each time you successfully attack, you will increase your opponent's temperature. When it reaches max level, it will then take 1 off the armor counter. You do this till your opponent have no more armor left, and that will be the winner. I suppose the easy way to look at it is that you have 3 life bars before you die or beat your opponent. Now the mobile suits' movements are just that of giant robots. They generally feel slow and bulky. To get around faster you have unlimited boost, so this helps speed the game up. I think it's good the devs actually made the mobile suits move how they do. It's how you'd imagine giant robots moving, it's just on a 2D plane, which might make you think otherwise and might take a while to adjust to. In terms of attack, you have punch and kick, which is square and X. Circle is for your short range weapon, like for example a beam saber. Triangle is for whatever long range weapon your mobile suit has, like a beam rifle. There aren't any real combos in this game. It really does play like 2 giant robots trying to beat the hell out of each other. This makes it a very friendly button bashing type of game. Not to say skill is not involved in playing, you just won't see anyone pulling off some crazy combos. Blocking is a bit weird in this game also. You see, you can only block in the normal sense of holding back in the D-pad when someone does a normal kick or punch. You cannot do that for any long range attack. Instead you either use a barrier or dodge into the background briefly like older KOF games. You do have a special bar underneath your health one, and special moves are done very much like Street Fighter in mostly quarter circle movements. Some are flashier than others. Graphically, as you've already noticed, Battle Master uses 2D sprites and they are big and beautiful. The way the mobile suits animate is all smooth and crisp, some really high detail work. They didn't stop at making them look pretty, no, they went a step further and even added battle damage to them. Over the course of a match, you or your opponent's mobile suits will start to break apart and show battle damage. This is really awesome. Now while you're obviously playing as giant robots, the game's mini bosses and end bosses are even huger than you, to the point that they don't even fit on the screen. You literally have to use your boost to float into their face. It reminds me of when I used to play X-Men vs Street Fighter and you had to fight Apocalypse at the end with his massive drill. It's just like that, and again it's awesome. Now the backgrounds, while they look decent, could have been better. There's no action going on in the backgrounds. For all the effort they put into the 2D mobile suit sprites, I can't say the same for the background. Again, this is just me nitpicking because they spoiled us so heavily in one area. It's not like the game is ruined because of this, far from it. The music is another positive note. It totally fits the vibe for this game and sounds like some good old 90s anime soundtrack, which I think will appeal to anyone interested in this game. I mean, honestly, there's not much this game does wrong. Presentation, gameplay, it's all really high quality. Sure, it's not the best fighter in the world, but it's a ton of fun, and that after all is what you want a game for. Now the game did get released in the West known as Battle Assault. They changed a few things, like getting rid of the awesome bounty hunter storyline and characters and replaced them with the normal Gundam characters. They also shoved Wing Zero in there because at the time Gundam Wing was a very popular show in the western parts of the world. Along with a few minor changes, the game is pretty much the same though. If you haven't guessed already, Gundam the Battle Master or Battle Assault is a game I'd recommend you pick up and play. Not only for Gundam fans, but if you're into fighting games and are also looking for a friendly pick up and play game for parties or gatherings. You can't go wrong here. It's really a fun game and can be had for cheap for whatever version you come across.
Wealth and glory to the winner.